The recent housing crunch has left some students homeless. Helen Headley tells how LSU is dealing with the demand.
Imagine the first day of the semester at LSU. Walking in a crowded quad, attending your first classes, and studying in Middleton were probably all on your mind. But it might be hard to think of these things when you're not living where you thought you would this year. That was the case for 1,000 students on the on-campus housing standby list, which has now dipped to 400 students. Freshman Kelsey Frazier was one of these students on the list for a week before she got into her dorm of choice. But if she hadn't have been that lucky, her first year at LSU would have been a little harder.
I would have felt pretty bad because it would have been really inconveniencing to have to drive every day and probably a waste of money.
The stress on res life for space is growing right along with the sizes of the freshman classes. Last year, 4,700 freshmen enrolled at LSU, and this year, 5,400 are enrolled. More freshmen and more renovations means less space, so LSU is looking elsewhere. The university is currently in the process of reopening Kirby Smith, which would add 350 beds to on-campus housing. But in the meantime, Department of Residential Life Communications Coordinator Catherine David says they're doing their best to accommodate students.
We just got our failed to claims this past Wednesday, where people who didn't show up for their rooms, we were able to reassign those very quickly to students on the standby list. So any available bed that we have, we're going to put a student in it.
But no matter where you're living, you can always call LSU home sweet home. For Tiger TV, I'm Helen Headley. Eye on LSU.
David says the best thing you can do to avoid the housing standby list is to apply as early as you can.